If you're seeing this video, then this is your new moon in Virgo messages for water signs. Welcome, welcome. My name is Lara. Like I said, this video is working with water sign energy. So this is for the collective of people who have sun, moon, rising in either let's see, what are our water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Could be any of those placements. It could be any of those placements in any other planet's houses in your chart. Maybe you're looking at something in particular. And because we're all multifaceted beings with our birth charts, and or you could just be resonating with water energy at the moment. Which is fine too, because we are made up of all things. So, especially water, we're made up of like a lot of water, right? So anyway, yes, and this is for you. So welcome. If you've never been here before, if you have been here before, welcome back. Good to see you. We are going to be taking a look at what is being illuminated for us under this new moon in Virgo. The new moon in Virgo, which is happening September 2nd, September 3rd, depending on where you are, whatever. If it's that time that you're seeing this video, fantastic. If not, you can trust that these messages are finding you exactly when they're meant to find you. Time is not linear. And so, you will know what messages are right for you. Trust your instincts. These are general readings. So we're looking at the overall energy of the collective of people coming to this reading. It may not be super specific to what's going on in your day-to-day life, but this is an overall energy. So patterns, themes, these are the things that we're discussing, and how they play out for you in your life is very unique to you. They play out in different ways within your life, and it's just different for every person. So you'll know what's meant for you. If you are doing your best to be here with an open mind and open heart and a willingness to face your truth, then great. That's a really great place to start. So welcome. We have our Dragon Path Oracle that we're going to see what dragon energy is here to guide us underneath this energy, support us in these times. And then we have our tarot cards. We're going to be pulling one card representing the focus for us under this new moon. And we'll be pulling another card for the gift that you're meant to receive and another card for the gift that you are meant to give. And then we'll wrap it all up with a pretty bow and pull from our moon deck for some extra encouragement on our way out. So that's the vibe. And so new moon in Virgo, new moons, this is the beginning of a new lunar cycle, new beginnings, new adventures, new chapters. This is setting new intentions. If you are working with manifestation, this is a good time for that energy. This particular new moon is the first one before we hit eclipse season. So that's a lot. And we're channeling all of that energy through us today. The energy of Virgo as well. Virgo is the Virgin archetype in the tarot. Yes, because there's zodiac archetypes in the tarot. The Virgo is the Virgin. And we have certain connotations with that word nowadays, but what it means is being whole without needing something else. Whole on your own, wholly as you are. So I think that's really interesting energy. It can be very detail oriented. So we're taking those big dreams, those big aspirations from our Leo season, and we can get really detail oriented about how we're grounding them into physical reality. But also it can err on the side of like perfectionism. So we have to be a little careful with that. As far as everything else that's going on, there's also like so much other stuff that's at play, that has been at play. Mercury was retrograde for a while. This is still the shadow period. But that's one of several planets that have been retrograding. A lot of outer planets are retrograding. So we're working with those energies like for most of the rest of the year. Saturn has been retrograde for a while. Neptune is, I think, still retrograde. We were working with that energy for a while. Pluto retrograde, and I believe Chiron, which is an asteroid, the wounded healer, retrograding. And then, you know, just for the fun of it, Uranus also now retrograding. So we have a lot of these divine masculine aspects celestially that are in a retrograde or have very recently been in a retrograde. And what is retrograde? Retrograde is a retrospective. This is taking a look back, what has been working, what is not working so much, really slowing down and looking at things for what they are instead of just like forging ahead constantly. So, and then we have like all of this like beautiful divine feminine energy, like Venus and Black Moon Lilith, and all these are all like dancing around in the sky as well, which is really kind of beautiful, but it's a little chaotic. So, and I don't know about you, but retrograde be retrograding right now. It's like they all just decide to come out of the woodwork, which is like, you know, not annoying at all, because like I don't have stuff to do, and it's like, what do you want? What do you want? Just tell me what you want. Like, does not waste the time. I probably already know what you want, but anyway, so yeah, so there's a lot going on, needless to say. That's my experience. I don't know how it's been for you, but we're here and we're going to take a look at and see what focus this energy is illuminating for us. And yeah, maybe find some hope in here before we get launched into eclipse season. Like I mentioned before, in eclipse season, this is like super potent, chaotic energy. This is sort of like, you don't really have to do much. Just like let the universe, step back and let the universe do its thing. Because if it's not meant for you, eclipse season will rip it out of your grasp. But if you're like adventurous enough to want to like surf the waves, that can also be kind of fun. I don't know. I like eclipse season. I'm not gonna lie. I like a little celestial chaos. It's good for us. It builds character. Okay. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna pull our Dragon Path Oracle here. And could we please have someone who would like to come through for our water signs, all those in the collective identifying with this video, finding these messages. Who is here? What dragon is here to guide us? My beautiful water signs. Okay, all right. We're a little shy. That's okay. Someone here. Is that you? Okay. Yes, thank you. Oh, interesting. Okay, who do we have here? Wow. Right out of the gate. Okay, we have the healer. Lots of earth energy here. My water signs, you're very sensitive, psychic in nature. water energy is, I mean, all of the information in the universe is said to be in the water. And so there's something here about, with water energy, water also representing like our subconscious, like the vastness and the deepness of an ocean, kind of, the depths, if you will. But we have, interestingly enough, heavy earth energy with this healer here, this dragon, lots of green, literally in a tree. So that's interesting. I'm going to get the little booklet and just take a little look here. Wait. Here you go. There we go. Okay. So the healer, this gentle yet powerful dragon, is a true guardian of all healers on earth. So you could also be a healer in addition to maybe needing healing. He connects particularly with those who work energetically. He reminds us that although we may walk our talk, we also need to heed our own advice. We are not a bottomless pit of energy and need to take time out now and again. Okay, are you burning out? That just came in really strong for whoever needed to hear that. His message: I am the guardian of the healers. You are capable of great things on earth as a healer and as a light for others to follow. But to do this, you must burn brightly and throw light into the shadows of your world. You give a great deal to others, but you must also make time for yourself. If you need to rest and recharge, your energy tank requires... You need to rest and recharge. Yeah. Your energy tank requires refilling lest you become depleted, burning out. Make time to meditate, rejuvenate, and relax. Above all, to laugh. You may love your work, but it does not define you. You also need to be you, a wife, husband, mother, father, daughter, son, sister, brother, or any role that you fulfill. He reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. If we do, we risk forgetting that we are just one tiny cog in the great wheel of life. And I am actually very specifically being reminded of this sort of current event story, news story. Maybe you heard it. Believe it happened here in the United States. But there was... It's not a good story. I'm just going to preface it with that. There was a woman who literally clocked in at her cubicle and never clocked out, and passed, it was 4 days until someone noticed. Let's put it that way. If you've heard this story, you've definitely heard this story. So it's sort of like a job is just a job. Even if it is something as important as like healing, healers tend to be a lot more sensitive as well. And what's coming up for me is like people pleasing. When you are constantly putting the needs of others in front of your own, then you're depleting your own well. And the only real way that you can show up to be effective in healing, whatever that looks like for you, is by filling your cup first and letting that overflow for others who need healing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you've been really burnt out lately. But also the energies right now, specifically, like using myself as an example, when the moon is new or when the moon is full, I tend to be just exhausted, and that's okay. It is a time to rest. You have to listen to that inside of yourself. Your body needs time to literally heal. energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, which is easier said than done. I'm feeling like maybe some issues around a work-life balance for you. Maybe you're if you're burning out, you're definitely overworking. So that's what I'm picking up so far. But I'm also picking up on, like, you do this for other people. You know how to do this for you. You just have to do it. When you hear the call, right? And that's okay. You don't have to apologize for that. So let's see. I've got the tarot now. And let's just see, could we please and thank you have one card here for our water signs? What is the focus? Thank you for the healer dragon coming forward. What's the focus under this new moon energy? Thank you for my water signs. Wow. Okay. Could I please, thank you. Could I please have, thank you. This is the gift. Wow. Okay. And could I please, and thank you, have a gift to give? We've got our gift to receive out. Can I please have a gift for my water signs to give? Please and thank you. Thank you. All right, so this is really interesting. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, let's start with our shadow card. Here we have our first, this is our card underneath the deck. This is the energy within your subconscious. What is driving the situation right now? We have the Justice in reverse card. So maybe it's felt like things are a little unjust, a little unfair. Around your expression of authenticity. That's so interesting. I don't think that you have been fully able to be free in expressing who you are authentically and living this, like, truly substantial and abundant life. So the Queen of Pentacles is like, you in your nature is very much a nurturer and a caretaker. And that is a big part of who you are. And there's been some circumstances around that are preventing that expression. Yeah. Okay, hang on one second because the card dropped. Yeah, there's like some huge injustice, whether this is felt like spiritual or maybe whatever oppressive, I want to say societal standards that are programmed into your subconscious, really severely blocking your authentic expression, shining your brightest light, living in your most abundant, where you are like taking care of yourself and you're taking care of those around you the way that you really truly desire. And, you know, getting curious and having inspired ideas. It's like you've had to safeguard all of this for a long time. Cool. So I feel like maybe this is originally when the burnout came up for me, I felt like it was like a physical, but now I'm thinking this is like on, this is on the level of like identity. I think you're burnt out with whatever systems are in place that are keeping you down. That's a lot of that's contributing to the burnout. But that burnout, it's now time to heal from this burnout. Okay, so, right, and this is what the new moon is here to illuminate. Ooh, no small stuff for our water signs. Okay, but it's interesting because water signs, water, so fluid, and yet there's a lot of stabilizing energy here from what I'm seeing. So what's the focus then? The focus be here with the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of self-mastery. You see this person is sitting here. There's, books and things with a quill, sort of implying like not only is it research, but it's also like their own experimentation, note-taking. This is after a point of like you have learned how to do the thing and you are implementing it into practice. You are no longer, you're no longer just collecting information about what it is. There comes a certain point in your education, no matter what that looks like, where you have to take all of the information that you've learned and you have to integrate it and implement it into practice. So this is your focus. All of these things that you have learned about yourself. There's a level here of self-mastery coming through as well. I see this self-mastery, though, as something that is a physical, represented by physical activity. So especially if you're a healer, right? It's like not enough for you to just like say the thing. It's walking your walk in addition to talking your talk. And it's okay to admit that like you're not perfect, right? Like, but that you are continuing to practice. And that there are even seasons, right? You see this here, this like on the Pentacles here is representing the moon phases. And you go through seasons and you go through cycles. But it is heavy on self-mastery, heavy on practice makes perfect and implementing, yeah. So with this focus in mind, what do we have as a gift that's here for you to receive? I mean, like, this is exactly a part of the plan. We have the Emperor as the gift to receive. So the Emperor is, the Emperor is the number 4, interestingly. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. All right. Hold on a step at a time, please, if you don't mind. But we've got some numerology happening here too. So number 4, the Emperor. Okay. This is, with this focus on your self-mastery, this is part of the strategy in becoming and embodying this balanced masculine energy. This is an energy of action. We have Mars energy here. It's Aries associated with the zodiac. Interestingly enough, Aries is the first zodiac in the zodiacal year, but it is incredibly independent, which, sometimes can appear to be like a little strong-headed or maybe some naivete, but like the Aries energy is the energy that is like, I'm paving out the way because no one else has done it my way and I am doing this. So you're really working on paving your own way and your own path. So that's the gift that's here to receive. Know that this is exactly a part of the strategy here. This blockage is about this divine strategy. I believe that gift is going to come, what it feels like is it's coming in like an aha moment for you around this time. Okay. And the gift for you to give is so interesting because again, we have 4 and 4 plus 4 equals 8. Okay. Oh, we have the 4 of Wands, and interesting too that both of these 4s supporting this 8, which is your focus. This is earth energy. This takes patience and time. But it's supported by this fire energy because we have fire energy here with the Emperor. Aries is fire sign, and 4 of Wands literally representing fire. This particular 4 of Wands is a card of celebration. This is a foundational card. A lot of people say this is the 1111 card because there's sort of this like portal set up to go through. Who knows where this takes you? Just celebrating the journey is what I just heard. But also I think there's elements of like gratitude and play coming in. So giving this gift of being like this, right? Like this is a part of the strategy because you're here to play this game called life. All right. And your focus is how you're working through that strategy in your physical world. Earth energy, 3-dimensional realm. So in the event that all of this stuff under the surface has got you down, a lot of this feels like it's going to be made clear to you, but the healer is still here to say that you've got to rest. Maybe even like let loose a little. Sometimes you need a little, right? Let loose and then like take a break. Yeah. Does this make sense? I think you can be enjoying yourself a little more in this process is what I'm trying to say. I know maybe, and we have the 9 of Swords sticking out from underneath all of this and so this is sort of confirming for me, like maybe it doesn't feel like you can really like celebrate and shine your light the way that you want to here. But with the 9 of Swords in reverse, this is the universe being like, you need to just let go. That's unnecessary anxiety that you can let go of. You can relax a little. Don't take yourself so seriously. It's not worth it because a job is just a job. And what is life if you're not enjoying it in some aspect? And it can be really like satisfying to continue this work of progress and self-progress and mastery and, you know, creating what it is that you're out here to create. But you've got to, yeah, like not taking things so seriously, because that is draining you even more. Yes, there are things that are unfair, but that's the point right now for you. It's your choice on how you approach these situations. Refining your technique every time it comes up. I feel like I'm just hammering it home for no reason at this point. So I hope this is making sense. We're gonna take one of our moon cards here. Thank you. We're going to take one of our moon cards and then we're going to call it a reading. So what have we got? Came flying out. Thank you so much. Girl, please. Play is my pathway to joy. Are you kidding me right now? This game of life. Okay, you know what's coming up for me too? Listen. This helps me a lot. All right? There is a book by a woman. Her name is Florence Scovel Shinn. Okay? I believe that's how it's pronounced. Google her. She wrote a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Now, she's from the late 1800s, maybe. I think, yeah. She's from around the 1800s, all right? So please take a lot of the terminology that she uses with a grain of salt, because it does come from sort of, there's a lot of like Christian language within it. But what she's talking about, she's a metaphysician is what she calls herself. And what some of it is anecdotes, but basically it's like how you play this game called life and recognizing that it's a game. And what were we just talking about? So I feel like that could be really beneficial for you. I know for a fact that you can go on YouTube. If you're like, me, I don't want to read a book. Go on YouTube, because there's like audio books available. That's how I read it. And it was like, yeah, it is something that you need to continue to digest over time. I should probably like reread it. I'll reread it with you. How about that? Let me know if you want to start a book club. We'll do it. Because this is just like coming through really heavy. And I think you're wasting so much on your energy, burning out, not letting yourself rest, overworking, right? When what you need to do is be incorporating more play. And like, it's not serious enough for it to be detrimental to your health. It's here to challenge you, but in a healthy way. So you don't, yeah. Play is my pathway to joy. What more can I say? That's really sort of, I mean, that hits the nail on the head for me, is what I'm saying. Okay. So we're going to call it. And I hope this was helpful. Let me know if this made sense. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how it's going. There's also all kinds of information in the description box if you are curious to know more about me or the things that I do. I do a lot. So I'm happy to connect. And yeah, happy new moon in Virgo. I honestly love this reading for you. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, right? So yes. So all the best. Love you so much. I will see you on the other side.